Speak American, damn it! But hey, everybody, welcome back to Let's Roleplay. As a quick note, a couple of things you'll probably notice are different this week, and that is because I am not the one recording this week's session of Mobius. I will also not be recording, hopefully, tomorrow's session of Ragamuffins, and that is because I am currently sans a computer, which is also why the channel has been kind of dead the last 2 weeks, and also why we have not been updating, like, basically any of the things we should be doing because yeah, my computer's been in the shop all month long. So, yay.
Same
but,
with me. Except
yeah.
mine, I got luckier.
Yeah, Belil got hers back relatively recent, after about a week. Mine's been out for about 3. But it's all good because we finally managed to find a way to at least get this session recorded. So, enjoy this until we get back on schedule. Meantime, we are going to wrap up the city of Mobius, and doing that is our dear friend NGM, Belil. Belil, take it away.
Hello, everyone. Hi, welcome back to the city of Mobius. So, last session, I need a bit of a refresher so y'all can help. Y'all decided to explore a little more of the city. To meet up with some extra people, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you talked to Yaba, the fireworks engineer inside of the I believe I called it the Omega Arch.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But Bobby decided to steal a firework from there. And then afterwards, when you started feeling like it, you thought that Baldred was going to spring his plan to escape that night. So you decided to hustle on over there. And you found instead Danielle Demikov, who, was just locking up the place. And so you went back to the Delta Hotel, confronted Baldred, crushed his hopes and dreams, and now you're preparing for your what is it? The in the morning, getting assigned your careers.
Yes.
Yes.
You should probably start in the morning, y'all waking up in your hotel. So y'all wake up in your hotel. Sun is beaming through the window.
We'll skip to literally anyone other than Thorn and Alfred because those are not appropriate for this Christian YouTube video stream.
So, after getting dressed in the standard civilian clothes, I imagine, because you don't want to have your older clothes on.
Yeah.
I don't know. It could be your decision to rewear it, but
it needs to be washed first, at least.
Yeah, but regardless, you exit your hotel room and you see where Bobby had slept in the base room.
Mm-hmm.
What's Bobby doing? Is he still? Is he sleeping in like a loser?
Well, no, he was up a lot of the night planning.
Mm-hmm.
And taking notes, so he has fallen asleep with his head on the desk after just having just gotten everything together.
Mm-hmm.
So Maya's gonna go make coffee because she can't live without her coffee.
Yeah. So you're from the 1920s, correct?
Yes.
Man, this machine that you assume makes coffee, it's so weird and new. Roll me a intelligence roll.
This Mr.
Roll me an
Coffee,
intelligence roll to see
maybe
if
he
you
can help
understand.
you.
Oh wait, I need more than one D10. Yeah.
Domo arigato, Mr. Coffee.
You know what? I'll just roll this. This will be fine.
I feel like the 2 people who actually are old enough to remember, Mr. Coffee makers.
Remember when Kermit the Frog tortured someone because they didn't drink coffee?
14, unless my cooking skill can be added.
That sounds weirdly familiar, but I don't.
It actually is. So Kermit used to be a part of a commercial. He was a commercial mascot before for a coffee company.
That's weird.
Before he became a part of the Muppets.
Huh.
14 or 20 base if I can have my cooking skill added.
We'll be nice and allow you to add your cooking skill.
Alright, so yeah.
Especially since you specialize in mixology, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the total?
20. Actually,
Okay.
21 if you let me use my specialization.
Yeah, that's fine. You figure out how to function it after pressing a few random buttons, and then so the machine roars to life. It's a bit off-putting at first, but it's not too much weirder than anything else you've seen around here.
Yeah.
Yeah. The sound is loud enough to wake up Bobby, by the way.
Oh, God. That was a startle. What is that thing?
Well, I am trying to make coffee and I assume it is doing as such.
Fair enough.
So,
Not really much of a coffee drinker myself, but...
each to their own, I guess.
Un-American.
So, I expected you to actually be sleeping in your bed, not on a desk. Seems
I was
less
taking
comfortable.
notes.
Oh, on what exactly?
This city. If I'm gonna know what to do, what's going on, and where to go, it's good to start.
Someone's taking a lot of notes on the city, but she's not up yet.
Also, I'm pretty sure it doesn't have security patrol routes on it.
Yeah, that usually doesn't end up in field notes.
Yeah.
Typically. Oh God.
Well, have fun with your note taking. I prefer to just get first-hand experience and just remember.
But the brain is a tricky thing.
Well, that might be. I believe mine is competent enough to remember all that needs to be remembered.
Fair enough.
Tell when y'all are done disobeying God.
Oh, we're done disobeying God, obviously.
Oh, okay.
If I'm
happens in
remembering
the
this
morning?
correctly, God's commandment was to be fruitful and multiply?
Okay, yeah.
Yes,
So,
but after marriage.
No, that commandment came first.
It's fine.
ties you
It's fine.
properly. They're just getting up and stuff, just doing so in a way that probably isn't super duper appropriate for a YouTube video.
Especially with all the 20 to 30-year-olds watching that.
those innocent babies.
Yeah, those innocent babies.
Yeah.
Such babbies.
Those babies.
Regardless.
Yeah.
But yeah, after a bit they'll come out.
So, Alfred will lead opening the door, and I know this is not technically period accurate, but good morning, not Vietnam.
God damn it. You hear the sudden ding of the coffee machine.
Coffee.
Yes, coffee. I need mine in the morning for sure. Would
Pour
you?
another cup.
All right. She actually takes it out of the cupboard, tosses it up and catches it before
Bobby,
pouring.
have you been making an effort hiding your notes, or are you just leaving them there?
Oh, they're encrypted. They're not just standing out there. He's written them in code, in shorthand.
Oh my.
They're not.
So
He knows how to make notes not look incriminating. He did this for a living.
Yeah, well, if anyone wants to use mathematics in order to...
actually, this is what the language skill is for. I have language. I could.
Sure. You can crack that.
Casual, Thorn comes out. Her hair's undone. She's wearing a jumpsuit. She looks happy. She goes over. She gets a cup of coffee. As she does so, she looks over these notes and is going to casually look them over. And I'm going to roll a casual brains plus language check to decode this stuff.
Oh god, that was such a terrible laugh.
It's fine. Oh, that's a casual 15, 22, 25.
Oh yeah, you're able to crack that.
So essentially, what it is it's a notice of patrol routes for security, also the names of the different buildings that we visited yesterday. Some notes on the technology, largely talking about surveillance equipment.
Yeah, okay, so basically what happens is she, like, looks at it, and at first she's just kind of casually, like, looking at, like, oh, there's a piece of paper with some writing on it. Then her brow kind of furrows, and she's like, wait a minute, there's some discrepancies here. Then her brow furrows further. She's like, wait a minute, these discrepancies make a pattern. Then her eyes widen as she realizes what that pattern is. And her eyes narrow as she looks at Bobby. What the hell is this?
Notes.
On security patrols?
Oh. You're familiar with some shorthand.
I'm familiar with a lot of things. A classical education leads to many useful skills. Regardless, why are you taking these sorts of notes? We already stopped Bobby, from Roderick, I want to say? Baldred. We already stopped Baldred from, and convinced him to, hold off on blowing up the building.
Force of habit.
I see. What was your previous career before coming here?
I robbed banks.
Right, of course. And so you're just casually taking some notes from old experience of bank robbing.
Well, more it's an effort to learn as much as I can about the city, especially if I'm going to be living here. But yeah, no, the things I'm taking notes on are just things I happen to notice. And
no effort to disguise this. The rest of the people in the room probably are hearing, the gist of the conversation at the very least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you're this interested in the security routes, I'm sure you can ask them to give you a job on the security patrols, as I'm sure it's a very innocent inquiry. These are all very innocent inquiries about a simple matter.
Oh, possibly.
Yeah. She sips her coffee. Moves away.
At that, he's gonna close the book.
Like, if she actually opens up her own little notebook and makes another note and then underlines it twice.
I feel like I should be having a notebook that I take notes in. Is there going to be a test on all of this information?
Actually, at that, Alfred is going to pat at his top thigh and go, "No kneeboard pocket." Walks back into the room, grabs some stuff from in there, and stuffs it in a pocket. Drinks coffee. That is a lot better than the swill from the mess tent.
Yes, this isn't bad.
He straight up drains the cup.
Fair enough.
More.
Awesome.
Gotcha.
More coffee. I desire coffee.
No. He turns back and goes, "It's really weird to have coffee as good as this."
It's not different, is it, Bobby?
Goes ahead, sits down, and I swear to you, back when I was in country, he takes a stir spoon. You could go ahead, and he puts it in there, and stand it up like this, pulls his finger away, of course it's going to fall over, and it would stand up.
Jeez.
Lord.
It was sludge.
Now you know why I don't drink coffee.
Good Lord. Can't imagine how dreadful the conditions there must have been. Well,
between the vipers that would kill you dead on the spot if they bit you, the people shooting, all the bugs, the sweltering heat, the humidity, and of course the terrible coffee. Yeah, it wasn't a picnic.
Sounds
Well,
He
like
smiles up at
Arizona.
her.
well, it's good to have you here. Now then, shall we off to go and meet with the mayor at last and get some assignments? I'm very eager to see about opening this clinic.
Well, if you insist on that being what we do, Cassie, I'm not going to stop you. But first, I'm going to finish this coffee, and maybe another cup. Drain.
Yeah, let me just get another one started.
So yeah, some light banter and lots of coffee drinking later.
Yeah. You haven't even had breakfast.
It's only coffee.
What's breakfast?
Breakfast
Oh,
is
that's
coffee.
Bread. I eat my
Exactly.
breakfast with coffee.
Yeah. So as they leave the room, Doc Thorne's hands are shaking. She like awkwardly tries to tie her hair back. It's like just like jittering slightly. Like that is some very strong coffee, and quite a bit of it. I must admit, I usually only have a single cup in the morning, but
Alfred walks up behind her and starts doing up her hair.
Thank you. It's very handy. You are very useful. There would be many very useful applications of having a second pair of hands in order to do. I mean, like,
He
I
wiggles
mean,
his
like, the amount of time-
fingers.
yes, indeed, exactly. But also just the amount of caffeine that is. I mean, like the amount of thinking that you would be able to do, the amount of morning difficulties that are taken care of immediately by just having this much additional coffee in the system is frankly just astounding. It is really no wonder people
wonder what would happen if I introduced you to espresso.
The addition of more coffee can increase the thinking power of an individual by significant margins. and that
No,
would-
it's stronger.
I would like that. I would like that very much.
God damn it.
Dr. Thorne going ahead and giving new meaning to the term caffeine addict.
God.
Gosh.
Though
So-
being fair, at the
Coffee
moment,
invented
at the moment, Alfred is pretty much a functional coffeeholic. So
Mine just had one cup, and like she's made like many for all of them.
Yeah.
I have to make like 3 different batches just to fill that one.
There's like 2 empty coffee bags in the room now.
Yeah.
Mm. Jesus. That's wow.
Next time we're going to experiment with double coffee, which is where you filter coffee to get even stronger coffee.
Oh God. Was this major?
No, but so yeah, we soon. But yeah, for now we soon. But yes, we continue on.
Yeah, you. I imagine you all get dressed. You're not all in your underpants or a sort
Oh
of.
yeah, like
Yeah.
oh, I've been naked the entire time.
oh god.
Oh god.
Are you
Yes, the
serious?
carpet matches the drapes.
God.
Actually, the carpet's a
No, he-
slightly different off color.
I mean, generally. Anyway, no, has actually dressed in the, city of Mobius clothes,
Yeah.
which was the reason he was bitching about not having a kneeboard pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Bobby is dressed in the clothes, except for the fact that he still wears the duster because it has
Okay.
extra pockets.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Mai has added a bow of like sheep to her hair, but other than that, yeah. Nothing
Darth Thorne is
crazy.
wearing the jumpsuit, but has added a scarf to it. For some reason, it feels like this necessity to put a scarf on. She doesn't know why. It's just like almost like she's filling in some sort of thematic through line with.
You all put your ninja
Or hiding
headbands
something.
on in various ways, and then you you exit your room collectively and make your way down the hall. Yeah.
Yeah.
My tags, good.
I imagine you go down the stairs.
Yeah, we
So-
walk down to.
Yeah, you go down the stairs. It's about as busy as usual. And you even see Baldred there, who's actually wearing civilian clothes this time. And He seems to be very tired, almost as if he's been waiting for you.
Oh, Baldred, how are you doing?
Hi.
Hi.
I've been waiting for y'all to
She
come down.
extends a hand. It's a pleasure to see you.
Yeah. He shakes it.
Do you need anything? You seem tired.
Just a little groggy. I had a bit of trouble sleeping. You can probably imagine why.
I understand. Though if you need anything at all, you can come and see us anytime.
Well, I told you I'd be there to vouch for you, so.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
So where is the who do we speak to about assignments and
I'll need to speak to the mayor. I mean, not his usual office. You know the building that you came in on, right?
I do remember that.
There's another part of it where this special stuff takes place.
Fair enough. Yeah, this would be out of character, but I just want to say, like I remember it as if it were yesterday. But yeah, excellent. Let's go there and sort all this out, shall we?
Yeah. And how was all of your guys' nights?
Fantastic. Thank you for asking.
Myself, I slept just fine. Nothing too special.
All right.
Alfred just smiles.
Oh. Oh. Oh, I get what's going on here. No, no, but y'all start walking. Eventually Yaba actually catches up with you.
Oh, hey!
He also wanted to come and see your thing.
Yeah.
Hi.
Good afternoon. Good morning, Yaba. How are you doing today?
I am doing great. I did notice though that one of the fireworks chambers didn't need any cleaning. It was a bit
That's
weird.
strange.
Yeah.
Not sure if I mispacked it or something.
Like Doc Thornton goes, how strange, and then very slowly but very noticeably just turns to look at Bobby. I can't imagine why that might be.
Alfred looks at Yaba. Have you ever done that before?
Not from what I know, but
Huh.
I mean,
Well, that is a bit of a mystery.
Yeah.
Sometimes the powder load can be a bit too low for it to cause any scoring in the inside of the tube.
I see.
Thornton leans in a little bit. Yes, I'm sure that's probably it, Bobby. You are an expert on fireworks and other such devices.
Well,
What would ever give you that idea?
Just a hunch that I get. You seem like the sort of person who'd have a lot of experience with explosives and their applications. Jack leans a little bit closer.
isn't that right, Bobby? No,
At that sentence, again, not technically historically accurate, but fuck it. Alfred starts humming Ride of the Valkyries.
Love the smell of fireworks in the morning.
That smell, that sulfury smell, it smells like the 4th of July.
Speaking of things going on, hey, Baldred. Hey. I can. He leans into y'all. Even though it doesn't seem to be that. It seems as though he's trying to make an effort, based on his body language, to not be, to keep it a secret from Baldred. But he's very obviously not using a tone that would be like a whisper.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell that you did your thing last night, right? So,
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
It
Hope you
worked
didn't get
out.
in any trouble for the delay.
Man, I didn't. I'm glad you're okay, Belder. Yeah. Yeah. Baldra looks down.
Like, oh no, I did the bad thing, didn't I?
Yeah.
So I assume tonight we could possibly go up there again and see the fireworks from up there this time.
Yeah. It's yeah.
I'm sure it's
Yeah.
quite lovely.
Tonight is
but-
going to be a special one because I hear it's the mayor's birthday tonight.
Oh, that'll be lovely.
Really?
God damn, I like this is, again, totally out of character and also not really something that like Doctor would be thinking necessarily, but I'm just suddenly just thinking like, yeah, like tonight's gonna be special, tonight's gonna be great. Tonight is gonna be a jailbreak.
God damn it.
Tonight's
Edward,
gonna be
soon.
a good night.
Soon. Edward.
Me and the boys, we don't like it. We're going up and going down. Looking right to there. She's coming. I'm gonna stop singing before we get copyright strike.
That's probably good. But yeah, so we continue on our way towards the mayor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You. I imagine. I imagine Doc Thorne brings up fireworks some more.
Yeah, she continually references fireworks and guilty consciences and coincidences and all that.
The most
By the way,
subtle
as we walk,
manipulation.
Alfred is throwing paper airplanes and observing them.
Airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars.
Okay, we got him with the singing.
I know. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
So, as it so happens, Mr. Clark is actually not paying attention to the attempts to mess his conscience up.
Conscience? What's that?
Dad, I had
He
one of
has-
those in France.
It's
One
just
point of conscience.
it
It's the
doesn't.
science of being a convict. Conscience.
God damn it.
God.
God damn it.
But yeah, so to the mayor.
Yes. You reach the building. Eventually Baldred sort of leads you up a flight of stairs that you didn't remember seeing before. And you go up into what seems to be another, kind of like the hotel rooms, where it seems to be a bit bigger than it probably should be. And it's structured kind of like a PTA meeting,
Nice.
parent PTA meeting. There's one chair with a desk or whatever for a speaking person, where you can tell it's not filled yet, but yeah, the other chairs, some are very obviously for y'all, and then observer chairs, which have a few people there, just like the one guy, not with his wife or his kid, just by himself, and then a few others that you haven't met.
So yeah, is there anyone who looks particularly mayoral here?
No, not from your view.
All right, well then Doctor's going to sit somewhere and wait for the mayor to show up.
Mm-hmm.
Maya's gonna take a seat in one of the chairs that seemingly are designated for them. Yeah.
We're going to go sit on the sidelines.
Alright.
So,
Of course.
yeah. So both Baldred and Yaba go take seats on the sides. Yeah. Rest of you are going to take seats, right?
Yeah, just like wait for the mayor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't sure. Mr. Rebellion and
I'm gonna take a seat, man. I'm gonna stand up.
I'm gonna lean on the chair.
I'm gonna take
I'll
a
just
seat
continue
backwards
standing at
on the
attention
chair.
like a military man.
Yeah. At ease, soldiers.
Nope, sitting.
So, after what seems to be like 10 more minutes from your guess, obviously it's a little hard with the 5 clocks on the wall. But from your guess, you can imagine it's been about 10 minutes. Yeah. So after that, the rooms filled up a bit more, and you hear music that the vast majority of you have never heard before because it's from the 90s.
None of us have heard it before then.
Yeah, none of you. What is this tune?
Are we running in the 90s?
Baby burn.
God damn it. But
I had to. I'm
And
sorry.
it comes out in a pink and yellow cape and giant cowboy hat and huge sunglasses.
Oh, that's the mayor. No,
He has no equal.
You hear the footsteps, very large ones, as a group of the guards shuffle into the room. All of them looking like the dumb Michelin tire men, as they are. And they all situate themselves in different parts of the room. And a suited man...
So, Leo, I gotta ask, how many days from retirement are they?
God damn it. God damn it.
This is known, so I know what order to kill them in when I eventually do make the escape.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But
I think like rows of white troopers leading in for a dark suited man. Like I see nothing at all disturbing about this.
Sure you do. They should be wearing red.
Of course.
Yeah. A man, which looks very mayoral, who's the only person who's not wearing civilian clothes or some kind of worker clothes. He's someone who's wearing a nice dark blue suit. It's very weird.
Maya appreciates the suit.
Yeah. The audience claps for him as he reaches the podium. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Mayor.
Please.
Hi,
Call
Dr.
me-
Nick.
Call me Persia.
Hello, Mayor Persia.
Yeah. So, anyway, Bobby, Doc, Thorn, yes, and
My character's legal name would be Russell.
okay, whatever. He says Russell. Then it's fine. You wrote it in the. I'm reading off of the Skype. It's fine.
Russell, Jimmy.
Man, you have a lot of names. No.
Russell, Jim Bob, Jill Bob, Joe.
All right. Thorn, Clark, Shockley, and Takahari. It is.
Mm-hmm.
That is my last name, yes.
Those are our names, yes.
Oh, yeah, that's affirming. Anyway, welcome to our city. How was your first day?
It was very nice, sir, though we have suggestions on how to improve it.
Oh, really?
Indeed.
Well, we'll leave that for the questioning after you get your assignments and all that.
Actually, about that, sir, I had the first suggestion I had was actually a psychological counseling center that I would like to set up for your city. It feels like a number of people here, she kind of looks around, could use some form of counseling and mental health.
Aldred slides in his chair to make himself look smaller. You can see when you look over, a number of people are looking at Maldred too.
Aww.
Yeah, it's the resident crazy.
Yeah,
Out of the corner of its mouth, Cassie. Big important man's talking. They don't like to be interrupted.
Of course. I'm just excited. That's all.
Well, then you can tell me about that. Anyway, I want to ask each of you what your skills are, and your occupation in the real world. Puts in quotation marks.
Real world.
But anyway, let's go down the line. How about you, Thorn?
Oh, well, that's rather simple. I, worked as a specialist in the areas of mental health prior to my arrival here. I have experience with the, dealing with balancing the like inflammatories in the brain and understanding in what ways the conditions that affect the ego, superego, and id can, negatively affect one's psychological makeup and even those out in order to, ensure a healthy and stable mental condition.
A psychological scientist, then.
Indeed.
How good are you with technology? I mean, I know based on the based on what I've been told is that you're not from a more modern.
I have a great deal of knowledge on the natural and engineering sciences as well as general knowledge. However, I have no idea how these more modern machines of yours function.
I'm sure there's enough training that can situate you with them.
I see. Though I really think that it would be a more useful, it would be more useful if I were to be allowed to assist you in the medical fields, as it is a more specialized field that I function in, and you do not actually seem to have anyone particularly skilled in that field at the moment.
That's fair. Well, is it just brain science, or is there any other medical science you specialize in?
Primarily the field of psychology and mental fitness. The mental sciences are oft misunderstood and dismissed, but they are just as important as the physical sciences. And I truly believe that at some point in the future, they will be seen as a legitimate, hard scientific field.
All right. You see him? It looks like he's writing stuff down on his on a piece of paper behind the podium.
I'm sure by the year 2000, no one will consider psychology a soft science anymore.
Yeah.
Many yelling arguments.
Indeed.
Well, anyway, moving on to the next one. Clark, what's your prior occupation?
Well, I used to rob banks.
Oh, a roughhouser now, are you?
I know just the job for you, banker.
Are you?
Send
the word right in
catch
there.
a thief.
Are you? Do you happen to be friends with Baldred? Baldred slumps even further down in his chair.
We barely met yesterday.
I see. I see.
I specialized in explosive handiwork, and it was a long time ago though. But I also used to specialize in security detailing.
All right. What's your current views on Mobius?
Well, I don't really have any yet.
You can tell his tone is much more serious, like less friendly than it was with Thorn, and just a moment ago. So you
feel
say
fingers crawling through your brain.
So you say you met Baldred, huh?
Briefly.
Well then, Baldred, could you step out of the room for a bit?
Maya just waves to him as he leaves.
Yeah, he calmly walks up as a guard follows him out of the room.
The door closes. A few seconds later, we hear a loud bang.
No, you don't. Well then, what did you hear?
Me?
From him?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, well, apparently they were trying to escape. They've done so before. They've wiped you guys have wiped his brain repeatedly.
Mm-hmm.
And then thrown him right back in. He's become somewhat of a joke as far as that goes, for reasons. And he keeps on trying it over and over again.
I see. On a scale from 1 to 10, how likely are you to follow his actions?
A 0.
I mean, not exactly known for my
breaking out of places, breaking into places.
not exactly known for my.
I was a terrible thief, you see.
discontent.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that? There seems to be a lot of background noise.
I have no interest in leaving as of right now.
Okay. He writes stuff down on his on a piece of paper. Gotta love that. Alarm. Yes.
Only
Anyway.
the most professional recordings.
The only professional group of role players, everyone. God. Anyway, so suddenly the bright and cheery tone returns as he goes, Mr. Shockley.
Yes, sir.
I know. What's your prior occupation?
I was a scout helicopter pilot in the U.S. military.
And how's your stay so far in Mobius? Do you like the hotels? The accommodations are nice.
I've yet to been shot at. The coffee is excellent. The company is quite nice.
Hey.
There's a lot that recommends it. Beyond just the flying of helicopters, I'm also qualified in any of the ordnance that is hung off of them to repair them. I have some skills in first aid, jungle survival, and I previously grew up on a ranch.
I see. That's quite the skill set you have there.
I'm large. I contain multitudes.
And so you are also in the presence of Baldred, correct?
Yes.
Similar question as to before with Clark. What are your opinions on Mobius?
It's been really interesting so far.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, there's a lot that recommends it. Though I haven't seen anything flying in these skies other than birds, which is saddening.
Well, there's fireworks.
Not quite the same.
Yeah.
Though those were very nice.
Yeah. Well, quite the show tonight, eh? Yabba?
But
Well then, that was an awkward silence on Yabba's part. Thanks. Anyway, well, you've met Baldred. Is there anyone else that you've met? You said the company was, very warm and welcome.
Well, he smiles at that. Well, of course, I've only just been acquainted with my companions here, but we actually did meet Yaba, as well as the, I believe, Russian woman who runs your power plant.
Oh.
Didn't talk to her as much.
Demikov.
Yes, that was them.
Yeah, you can tell behind his thing that he probably doesn't. He has some history with her, in some manner, and it's not a positive one, based on.
Yeah, I got that much.
Yeah. Anyway, well. That's
and of course, the greeters, the young lady who is running the desk at the Delta.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Another group that was there. I was rather surprised to see children here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have many children. Much of them have grown up in that time, but regardless. Anyway, let us move on to Takahari. Hello.
Hello there.
Hi. How are things going for you?
Things are going pretty stupendously, if I have to say.
I take it from you're from the 1920s, based on
Yes, that's correct.
description here.
1923 specifically, but yes.
All right. Prior occupation.
Well, I worked as a bartender, even though it was kind of illegal. But yeah.
Okay, so an illegal bartender, so a speakeasy.
Yes, that's what many people call them.
Was it? No. I don't want to say this, but
She's like leans in a bit.
you're an Asian woman.
Mm-hmm.
Very observant.
And you were working out of a speakeasy, you say?
Yes, in America, in New York.
I
actually.
see. In New York.
Yeah.
So, what I'm saying is, which mob hired you for said position? Just as a curious note. I'm not going to write this down, I just wanted to know.
Their name was the Kingers.
The Kingers, huh?
Yeah. They didn't hold too much claim, but they were more about the money that speakeasies hold.
Okay.
Out of character. They were an outshoot of the well-respected Martillo family.
God damn it.
God damn it.
Well then, that's good. Well, so you worked as a bartender. So,
Yes.
is that the only occupation you've held? I know that during your time period, that was right before the economic crash. Is there anything else that you would say that you have skills in as an occupation?
As being a bartender, I've gotten used to talking to people in calming ways most of the time. But I have needed to make use of weapons in my needs of kicking people out.
Okay.
But other than that...
So it comes under my impression that the entire bunch of you, the batch, aside from Thorn, although I haven't asked, has some experience with weapons.
It seems so, I guess.
I
Couldn't
see.
quite get away from them in the army.
Yes. I see. And, okay.
He says,
You all
neglecting
came
the
in-
fact that he shot on the ranch, too.
Fair.
So, well then, well, that's the questions I have. We're going to move into the into the part with your comments. I know that Doc Thorne wanted to present a idea.
Oh yes, she starts unfolding a little presentation paper. Sets it out, little model, things on the place. May I present to you, ladies and gentlemen of the board, the first ever Mobius Psychological Wellness Fitness Center. Filled with state-of-the-art facility. This state-of-the-art facility will allow us to take the citizens of Mobius suffering from post-traumatic stress, acute homesickness, inflammation of the brain, and other whatever bullshit. I don't even care. It doesn't matter. And treat it using the greatest science the 18th century had to offer.
We'll even have phonographs to record the sessions.
Indeed.
For the purposes of historical accuracy, PTSD was only named as such after the Vietnam War.
All right, fair enough.
Actually, I think it was after Desert Storm that it
was it before
Identical,
that was
yeah.
It was Shell Shock, but that was
Shell Shock came about after World War
World
One.
War One. Yeah,
Yeah.
so this would be so at this point it would just be
Well, you can
Lack
So
say
of
another
that.
reference in the party would be battle fatigue.
yeah. Well, this one would be she's from England, so this is just be referred to as a lack of stiff upper lipidness.
Oh my god.
I prescribe mustache wax.
Yeah, I was about to say insufficient ground for growing a mustache.
No,
Also, on the whole thing of just psychological history, because I already brought it up, you initially brought up the id ego and superego. That essay was published in 1920.
fair enough. Yeah.
The
So
more
I was
you
trying-
know.
I was trying to go with like some outdated psychological terms, but this isn't even. It turns out those were already like
Was doing some
Non-outdated.
early work.
treat the Oedipus complex.
But yeah, the point is we're going to, by collecting, any studies and any papers written on the subject throughout history that exist in the city of Mobius, we will be able to turn this facility into a wellness clinic to treat the unwell and reduce future risk of breakout attempts, violent incursions, assassinations, suicide, murder, infidelity, and
Is that a
other
crime?
no, just other things that result from people being upset and unwell, and wanting to find unhealthy outlets for their.
For the record, Graham, for the record, Mora, to you it would be a crime. There were moral laws on the books in the Midwest during your time period.
Well,
Yeah.
yes, but not. I was wondering. He was wondering about here, because
Is that still
but
a
a lot of
crime
those
here?
were actually struck down around that time too.
But yeah, so
Those things are still on the books in a lot of states.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically she's just like, there's been a lot of problems with people like causing ruckus. Instead of mind wiping them, we could treat them, get them better, and then turn them into productive working citizens. It's cheaper, more efficient, and it prevents the long-term psychological strain of knowing your neighbor is constantly getting their brain tampered with in order to prevent them from causing a riot.
I have a question here. Why? This project, you said state of the art and it's expensive and all that. Why should I spend tax dollars on this?
Well, for starters, this place is a communist haven with no actual world government banking it, I'm assuming. So technically it's not really going to cost you anything. It's just going to be, reallocating resources. 2, it saves money long term, and 3, by state-of-the-art facility, it's a psychological facility. Basically, I just need a couch, a chair, and some nice lighting.
Wait, what did I say?
That this place is that you need to spend tax dollars on.
Oh, I didn't say anything about tax dollars. You didn't hear anything about that. Anyway. No. That sounds like a great idea.
Is that legitimately in character?
Yes.
Okay. At that point, Alfred is going to mutter under his breath to himself, so it's just like back home.
Wait, are we actually in a time-displaced location, or are we just in a small South American island?
He leans in.
I'm going to aid your nation in a whole new way.
He leans in, to, using the tone he used with Clark. Quiet.
She leans forward and says, "I'd like my centered, please." I can be very quiet, and I can convince anyone who doesn't want to be that they're crazy and need help. You scratch my back, I scratch yours.
This is the shadiest way to get a center on the planet.
Alfred is going to raise an eyebrow at Dr. Thorne.
All right, Thorne. You can have your clinic so long as you don't keep talking.
Agreed. Pleasure doing business with you, Mr. Mayor.
Anyway. Anyway, hello everyone.
Yes, hello.
You realize that the microphone was covered the whole time he was leading in.
Oh.
So suddenly, for some reason, this entire room is filled with cigar smoke and smelling strongly of whiskey.
Oh no. Not back.
That's the Chicago way.
I see.
Oh no, Mike, let's take it
We're
back.
wearing bowler hats and three-piece suits.
I've made the decision. Out of the generosity of our people here in Mobius, the place,
The city, place from time.
Shut up. Yes. That we will have a new clinic that Dark Thorn will be head of. Everyone applaud for her. Now.
There's a black and white photograph gets snapped.
Yes, congratulations. Stand up for me, Thorn.
She stands up and like put.
Oh, they shake hands and do that
Yes,
dumb
stands
like
next to him,
take a
they shake
picture.
hands.
One of the guards is snapping a photo. Anyway, sit back down while we talk about the other ones. Well, now that we have Thorn's thing out of the way, would any of the other of you like to discuss occupations or the issues of improving the city in some way, or that, whatever?
I was wondering if there were any spots open on the security detail.
Security detail, hmm?
Yeah.
At this, Alfred actually pinches the British's nose. They're obviously white-suited things. They might not even be human. Why does no one except me seem to understand this?
I think that's something that we can't discuss.
Oh?
I don't think it needs discussing, actually.
That is quite a claim.
Alfred's just shaking his head.
I mean, after all, look around.
Hmm? Yeah, okay.
The guards.
That's a total of 26.
That's not. No, there's not. Maybe you should learn math instead of learned explosives. There's 5 here.
No, I mean the notice check. I don't know what I'm supposed to be noticing, so.
You don't even need to notice. It was just. He was just saying, look around at the guards there.
Yeah.
It wasn't something that needs a notice. He's trying to point out that, because you basically said, no, I think it's fine being discussed. He's just pointing out, I think it's covered. There's no real need for anyone to fill up any positions of guard duty.
Fair enough.
Well then, anything else?
I was actually going to ask, like, what are your alcohol laws, since they're very different from mine, it seems.
Oh my goodness, I forgot. You're in New York from the 1920s. Oh.
Yes.
Oh, Prohibition's climax.
Exactly. And working as
lenient. They're lenient.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Anyone above age of 21 can have it.
Oh, okay. And no limit or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
Not unless it becomes a problem for your your work ethic, but aside from that, what you do with your body is up to you.
All right, just clarifying that. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Anything else?
Alfred just goes, "I'll be honest, Mr. Mayor, I don't know what you need." And, he points at the dog tags. I was military. I know how needs of the service are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was just referring to any questions you had. Seems all of them were filled, then.
Seems so.
Alrighty then, we'll get to the assigning.
Excellent.
So, as stated before, Doc Thorne will fill up a position in her new clinic as the head of it. This will, as all of you are allowed to say... Oh, I forgot. Bring Baldred back in. It's fine. The guard returns with Baldred back into the place and sits him down. Based on the way that Baldred acts, it's routine, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, and for all of you citizens of Mobius here, because of this new building and the availability of slots, however, because of the specializations, this means that additional people who enter Mobius can potentially get this position as assistants and all that. All right, good.
Of course.
Good. All in favor?
Aye.
I don't think I have a vote for this.
Most people are saying aye.
Yeah.
All right, good. Anyway, next one, Clark. Now, Clark, based on your specialization, you are going to be put on the labor force. He smiled. So, this means that every other week you will be cycled through a new occupation. Yes. You will receive all of the uniforms that you require for all of your cycled through jobs. You will need to go and ask one of the your first occupant. We decided it was going to be in the Delta building, so just make sure to ask them there what your jobs and series of occupations will be, and you should be fine. Anyway, all in favor of this? Say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed?
Yeah, sounds like a waste of my abilities, but...
Anyway.
Oh, you don't like it, why don't you try and break out?
Oh, man. Anyway, well, Shockley, I have it here, based on your military experience and the security that you have of this place. I've decided that you would make a good fit helping Yaba out in the Omega Tower, if that suits you.
Of course.
Yes. All right. All in favor of this? Say aye.
Aye.
That
All
goes
opposed? Alrighty then. Finally, Takahari, you are a bartender, and because of your skill set, you are also going to be in the labor force. Your first assignment will be in the power plant.
Oh, I see.
Yes. So make sure to ask around there for what your next occupations after this cycle ends for this week. And yes. So if there's No more questions?
Of course not, Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
Of course not, Mr. Mayor.
Yes. All right. Well, if there's no more questions, then the meeting is adjourned. He slaps a gavel that you didn't even know was behind there. Alrighty then. The lights go back. People start shuffling out of the doors. And the mayor comes up and he offers his hand to each of you.
Yeah, Thorn grips it very tightly while locking eyes with him before letting go and moving on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your new occupation. Congratulations on your new occupation.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Yes.
Yeah,
And then, just like how Doc Thorne grabbed him tightly, he grabs Clark tightly, and then leans in. Well, Clark, I hope you're happy with your new occupation. Let's go.
This is.
And then walks away.
I didn't even get a handshake.
No, I did it where he's like, congratulations on your occupation. He did
Okay.
Doc Thorne, then Shockley and Takahari.
Yeah, that makes sense. I just thought we were going in the same order.
So, is he gone by this point?
Well, he's starting to. He's not entirely out of the room. There is a group of people filing out, but the guards are gathering around him. So,
Okay, then Doc, or rather, Shockley is going to hold his tongue for the moment until he's gone.
All right. Yeah. After a few minutes, Baldred is still sitting in his chair, and everyone else seems to have filed out. Even Yaba, who, yeah.
Making friends and influencing people.
Well,
Guess politicians never change.
I guess I won't get bored on a rotation of jobs. Like, that's good. She's trying to justify this to herself.
Thorn is just sitting quietly and thinking. She's found a small cat and is now rubbing it.
Small cat with like a
Brown cat. Yeah.
I hope you understand he was basically threatening you.
Oh, I'm aware, and I'm also aware that I now have something over him as well.
Yeah. That's great.
There's a reason I'm posting pictures of like Al Capone and the Godfather. It's like these are people who basically like mutually like hold like the means of destruction over other people who could destroy them at the same time, but neither will because both of them like have a fucking like, you know, gun to the other's head.
Mutually assured destruction.
Yeah. So we help each other in order to ensure that both of us end up in the best possible situation.
Yeah.
You know, we kind of fought a war under that.
Yeah.
It's kind of chilly.
Not in my time.
Aldred slowly gets up. And walks up to you. Hi.
Hey!
Well,
Congratulations on all of your placements.
indeed. I expect to see you in the office, you know, at least once a week, Mildred. I hope to help you with your situation.
Yeah. Yeah. But,
I myself might swing by every month or so.
mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good thing that you've done that. Yeah.
Yeah, Thorn actually looks at Baldur and then asks, in as innocent a way as she can, Baldur, do you know who's close with the mayor?
Well, no one from what I get. I haven't heard
No
of it.
close personal friends? No
Not really,
confidants?
no. I mean, most of the time he's just not around. No one can really find him, so everyone just assumes he's in the STEM building.
I see. And who are the important figures in town aside from the mayor?
Well, Danielle kind of just, he leans in with it. Danielle is rumored to have worked in the STEM building before, but
I see.
is not anymore. But yeah,
Danielle, how is
really
she? Tense? Ever? She seem unhappy?
Well, she's kind of weird. When you're from a distance and she's alone, she tends to have a very large RBF on her face.
I see. Thorn opens her notebook and pencils in schedule appointment.
But she seems to be fine.
When Baldred says that, Alfred looks over. RBF? That's a new acronym by me.
I imagine some
bitch
sort of
face.
I see. And this bitch face that she has, when did it begin?
I don't know. I've just always seen her with it.
I see.
There's just a point where she just kind of showed up in the
Well, we
Clifford
will
building. And then...
see what we can do about her bitch face situation.
Yeah. Anyway, that wasn't the main part. It was that she has that until you actually talk to her. And then she kind of changes tones completely, or just, I don't know.
It's quite all right. I understand.
Yeah.
I look forward
Don't tell her what I said about her, by the way.
Of course not. Occupation confidentiality.
Yeah, good.
Hold it very, very much in high regard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
At this, Alfred goes ahead, puts his arms around Bobby and Mai's shoulders and starts moving them away. Okay, come on, let's go. Got to get out of the consultation.
Okay.
He says this very explicitly pointed at Cassie.
Yeah, she rolls her eyes and nods.
Well, I don't. Well, depending on what it is, but congratulations on the labor cycle.
Indeed.
He's mostly referring to Bobby and Mai.
Yeah, it's not exactly what I thought, but I can make it work. Yeah. Yeah.
Alfred, at this point, goes ahead and, hugs the two of them closer and goes, "Don't worry, with the two of you, you won't get blown up for at least a week. Me, I'm not so sure."
Yeah, don't worry. I'm a high school dropout, so I had even less skills to put me in anything else. So,
Well,
that.
I never really went to proper school either, so we have that in common.
Yeah, there's that. Yeah, it's very clear he's he's depressed, but
Yeah.
That's what happens when your whole life gets destroyed and you'll never be able to see your family again.
Yeah. I put a hand on his shoulder and tell him, "Don't worry. Together we're going to build a better world out of what we have here. We're going to make the city of Mobius a wonderful place, a paradise on Earth."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is to Bobby and Mai. Is it just me, or is she sounding like a politician already?
You're not wrong.
I've never...
You should have seen what the other occupation he had was.
He gives a theatrical shudder. Yeah.
I was saying that out of character, by the way.
Yeah.
No, the theatrical shudder was for the politician thing.
Yeah.
It's Alfred, he jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah. fair.
That's secret. Yeah.
Well,
I guess
can I go somewhere? It's
Sure.
feel kind of awkward just hanging out in
Hmm.
the
Yeah, this
here.
is kind of an intimidating room.
Of course. Let's go. I have things to
I should probably
consider.
track down Yaba, come to think of it.
I could
Yeah.
come with if you want.
Alfred just smiles at that.
She's still looking for an answer from Alfred.
She's just waiting eagerly for, like, blatantly saying yes.
Yes.
He starts laughing and goes, well, I doubt that he'd mind your company.
Alright.
Joke's on you, he does. He hates you. No.
Oh no!
and that, when he says that, he looks at Doc and winks.
She smiles a little bit, but she is clearly like rapidly pondering things and preparing mentally.
Okie dokie. Cassie, you gonna be okay?
It's like Ellen Light right now. Just a mental chess game between Bobby and Ford.
Yeah.
With the Death Note, I will take down Mobius. Yes, I need to figure out.
Everyone has a notebook.
Yeah.
You just see her pulls out like a little piece of like tinfoil from the room and starts twisting it and turning it and like working it around until she eventually fashions into a little pin, and it's a little serpent pin that she like puts on her jumpsuit.
Mm-hmm.
It says, Bobby, what are you planning?
Yes. Hmm?
What are you planning?
What makes you think I'm planning something?
Because you're always planning something, Bobby.
Oh, it's good to know that people that you've summed me up so quickly. At the moment, not much. Trying to think of a way to get a new assignment. Also,
what if you decided to work a slightly different assignment than one that's in the normal roster?
such as?
Oh. Well, do you know the idea of field research?
Does that have anything to do with, what kind of field research are you asking about?
Well, simply wandering about, observing, taking notes, understanding people.
More so than most of your colleagues, I'd suggest.
Indeed.
Well, most of your fellow people here, at any rate.
It just strikes me that while you could...
There's a slight laugh from behind you.
This could be a very comfortable, you can find yourself in a very comfortable position here in Mobius, working as the mayor directs. However, wouldn't you prefer something where you had a little bit more autonomy, where you had a little bit more self-determination?
Usually. You can stop beating around the bush and be curt with me, and I'll even give you my actual name.
Of course. Well then, I am suggesting that perhaps rather than toiling away at some job that you will clearly be unhappy with until you eventually, break and decide to escape, that you might be able to find yourself in a better position by helping me understand the people of the city a little better, and specifically the mayor.
You want me to case the mayor?
I want to understand him, and I feel like you're the type of person who could help me understand him in ways that even he himself would be difficult to parse.
Oh, that could be doable.
What I'm offering...
I'll still have to show up my
show
up to my job assignment.
Of course, but if you All I'm suggesting is that if you help me now, perhaps one day, rather than serving the mayor in this lovely paradise of the city, you might find yourself in a position to rule some small part of it. She taps a little serpent pin that she made for herself. Just think about it.
I'll keep my ear to the ground.
Oh my god.
By the way, the name is Russell Clark.
Russell Clark, a pleasure to meet you.
There's a snap of the fingers
Booby.
behind you.
What?
Oh,
Booby.
Son of a bitch. I was told that meant something different now.
I knew it. I knew it. You're actually historically relevant. You ran with the Dillinger gang.
I did.
Huh.
well then, Booby.
We'll just stick to Russell. Apparently, somebody changed the meaning of the word booby in the last century or so, and now it means something vulgar. People will
Well,
be
that is
people.
That is deeply
That's
unfortunate.
okay, blue-footed.
I figured it. Somebody told me that while I was on the tram in.
Wait, what?
You were unconscious on the tram in.
He had a dream.
Towards the end. I was unconscious towards the end. I wasn't unconscious on the way in. The entire
No,
time.
no, you were unconscious the entire way.
Everyone was unconscious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no one has any memories.
You don't
Right.
know how you got in the tram.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Otherwise, you could probably figure out the secret of Mobius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were actually in the TARDIS the whole time. No.
Oh god.
the whole time. Well,
Anyway.
top 10 reasons why the city of Mobius is in the same universe as Doctor Who.
Ooh.
Yeah. Cool.
Anyway.
See, I was going to go ahead and make a mini-verse reference, but you have to be really intelligent to get that one.
Just like Rick and Morty, right?
that would be the joke.
Yes.
Anyway, but yeah,
To be fair, you have to have a high IQ to understand the subtleties of City of Mobius.
Okay, so what?
So it is Rick and Morty.
What, oh God, what? Anything else we want to do? Anything else people have in mind?
Yeah, pretty much gonna go and find Yaba.
Yeah, Maya's gonna follow Alfred on that.
Enough.
You.
Hold on.
Oh no.
I'll follow along though. I'm mostly at this point just picking up things for my thematically appropriate new clinic.
Yeah, he's hitting the head.
Oh, fair enough.
The
Yeah,
nail
I'll-
of it. The hit of the nail. I saw it.
It's fine.
We're hitting the nail on the head. Anyway. Yeah. So, y'all are gonna go to Yaba's place?
Yeah.
Like, all of you, or just
I think just those
Two.
two.
I mean,
nice?
just those two.
So
I'm
that
going to get
depends
some.
whether Doc is coming or not.
Yeah, I'll probably just go and take care of getting all the thematically appropriate decor for my new clinic. So you guys go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, both of you make your way over to. Well, you assume it's an Omega Arch that he's at.
Yeah.
This time he's at the base. He's not actually on the Omega Arch.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Hi.
So.
I saw your assignments.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I would. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Oh. Good to have a good coworker, and you know, I'm sorry for getting on the labor cycle.
I'm sure I'll make the most of it.
And that tends to happen for most
Yeah.
for most of the people who come in here.
Well, I'll do my best.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's fair. Don't worry.
Alfred smiles. You should see what she can do with a coffee cup.
Lord.
His mouth is open. Just.
Apparently, I'm really make a mean cup of coffee.
It
Well
was
then.
the best coffee I had had in 2 years. In 2 years.
Well, that's
I'm so
such a
glad you
compliment.
added on to that.
Oh, no. No.
I thought that was different. All right. Well, let's move on from that. Anyway, yeah, it's not that bad of a work cycle. You know, if you ask some of the other laborers around here, it's not too terrible.
Yeah.
At least it doesn't get monotonous.
There's comfort in monotony sometimes.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, well, at least you'll have more credits, huh?
I guess so.
Yes. Yeah, spruce up that hotel room a bit more than what you already have.
Yeah, I'll definitely take a look into what I can do for the hotel room. Maybe I'll find something to make the coffee even better.
Alfred just rubs his hands together.
Well then, yeah, you're going to really enjoy it then. Tonight is the mayor's birthday, so you know. I know that you are all joining me for the fireworks,
I
right?
plan to, for sure.
Good.
I don't suppose I've got much of a choice at this point.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Most of the time,
You're the master on this. Tell me what to do.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I'll just train you on this. It's not that hard.
Mike goes and sits on a nearby rock to not be in
Get
the
a
way.
shipment, and then basically the entire day I spent packing this thing. Doesn't sound as boring. It's not as boring as it sounds.
It never is when you're working with explosives.
Well, it's. I hope it's boring enough not to kill people. But that's just me.
Yeah,
Bobby
the
there,
alternative,
or
the alternative line. It better not be exciting. It gets very exploding when it gets exciting.
that's. We only want one part of the day where it gets the most exciting.
And even then, Sante.
Roger that.
But anyway, we're packing extra stuff. We're packing the higher quality stuff. Don't know what the difference is. I just get a shipment in, and then I just pack it. So I don't have to do much mixing.
They have you doing this job, and you don't have an expertise in it.
I do have an expertise. Well, I kind of gained it. You see, when this thing was around, when this thing first started, most of the time they didn't even have anyone who had any idea in military arms or anything. So as soon as I came around, I was kind of the only person. Yeah. Yeah. There were only a couple of people, mostly teenagers.
Out of character, with attitude.
God damn it.
So I don't know
Mostly
what that is.
teenagers. I think I told you before. The first residents here were kids. So I can probably tell you how long it's been. Yeah. But anyway, I kind of came in, and I was the only person who had even remotely close skill set. So yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and I guess they wanted Alfred here to join me on that.
He shrugs. Guess so.
To be fair, part of it is because I vouched for you, but
Alfred smiles. Thank you, Yaba-san.
Yeah, no problem. Anyway, I need to do some packing, so I know I shouldn't do this, but would you wait? Is Bobby there?
Yes.
Okay. Well, would you two like to join us with the packing?
Sure,
Even though it's not technically allowed.
I'm laboring.
I think I could help you out.
I don't know a lot about it, but I'm sure I can learn fast.
By help me out, I mean, just be there
Oh.
to talk. I don't mean actually packing it, but
Oh, I see.
I'm not going to just have laborers pack it, especially, But you are kind of lucky they sent you into the power plant. They usually don't do that on the first cycle.
Oh, well, that's nice of them, I guess.
I think they must have, because of recent things with Balbert, they must have changed up the schedule or something.
That makes sense.
By the way, as the two of them are talking, Alfred's gonna walk over to Bobby. No light fingers.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you do.
I have no intention.
He taps under his eye, Scout Driver.
Yeah, I mean, I have no intention today. And at that, he's gonna, Bobby's gonna. So, you're gonna have to tell me, what is a helicopter?
That's right. Huh. Okay, so are you aware of what a plane looks like?
I mean, they had that thing with the right. They had. I mean, I was in the service in 1919. I do remember some airplanes.
Okay. Right, SPADs and such. Okie dokie. So, it's got that prop on the front, right?
Yeah.
And that pulls it along through the air.
Yeah.
Okay, so massive simplification. But take that prop, make it really, really big, and put it on top.
So, like one of those Da Vinci ornithopter things.
No, he had those completely wrong.
Oh.
But what you do is you have, it's called a rotary wing, is the general idea behind it. So you have to keep airflow over a wing to make a plane fly. Well,
right.
That's the simple way. It's not actually that way, but it's close enough.
Mm-hmm.
So what you do in this case is you spin the wing really fast.
To create the upwards lift.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot more to it than that. I can draw it out sometime if you want.
I just remember the whole, the Air Force folk used to
you would
crash.
say Army Air Corps.
Or Army Air. Oh yeah, because the Air Force isn't around yet. It's like the Army Air Corps wasn't exactly known for their lack of rowdiness back in my day. Or strict adherence to martial code, anyway.
No.
Like
No, I don't suppose they.
Keep going. Yeah, like through that conversation and through Maya and Yaba's, like Maya's moved closer to get better, like talking with him. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Talking, is that the word?
God damn it.
I'm joking, of course.
But anyway, we're not actually going to go into the arch real quick. He sort of walks over, looking side by side, obviously checking for if guards are around, taking two people who are not authorized personnel, and opens a door to a building that's at the base right next to the fountain, like pool fountain area or whatever, underneath the arch. And he fumbles with the key for a moment before opening the door. Oh, then.
Is this the blast shack?
Yes. You see that it's not actually like a building. It's a very small thing with a ladder going down. Yeah.
More like blast bunker.
You'll be first.
Bunker full of explosives.
For Alfred to get him first.
Sure. Starts climbing on down.
Yeah. What a thrill.
Makes a mental note.
Through the night. What a thrill. Yeah. So you're taking notes on the entrance to the boom house.
Yeah.
Yeah. After Alfred, Yaba goes back. Both of you follow.
Yeah, I will follow next, and then. Yeah.
It is a bit of a ladder climb. It's a bit like Alfred. You look down. There's quite a bit of a place to go down in there.
Snake eater.
Yeah. It's like a snake, But
snakes and ladders.
It seems wider than it probably needs to be, but you think on that for a moment, you probably assume that it's because guards should be able to get down here.
Yeah. Is it too wide to be able to do the whole slide down the outside rungs thing?
Of course not.
Okay, good. I was about to say I was going to do that, but...
Wait, you're gonna do it and just smack on everyone else?
No, I'm gonna wait till it's clear.
Oh, fair.
I'm not an asshole.
You like stop in the middle of the thing, wait for all of them to get off down there, and then you just go.
Like I'm gonna wait till everybody gets clear, and then I'm just gonna slide down because I assume that at least Alfred's doing it, so because it's a thing that people
Mai
do.
is definitely not. Mai is nowhere near that train.
Alfred is going to look up at Yaba. Do we go the fast way down, or do we do it careful?
Not fast.
Zip!
Yeah. Zip.
Wait, this
zip,
is fast
and then
way?
you just hear tink, 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 tink. Yeah, both of them zip down, and after like 5 minutes, you just hear tink, 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 while she gets on the last rung and gets off. And then you hear zzz.
Alfred looks at the sides of his boots. Huh. Gonna need to get some reinforcement for that.
Nah, it's fine.
Never seen anyone go that fast down a ladder.
Really.
Well, I don't really see ladders too much.
I mean, even where I'm from, it's
I mean, when you
So-
live underground in a speakeasy all your life, you don't really see ladders.
yeah. But anyway, welcome to the Boom Shack. Yeah, he flips a switch, and you just hear tink, or lights flashing in a row.
Oh, the clunking sound as they turn on?
Yeah, it's a mostly empty warehouse, except you can see there's several boxes at the back of it.
Well, that's a lot of room.
Yep. Well, normally it's empty when the day is done, and there's usually less fireworks. But today's a special day, so they
Right.
I see.
So you got a big warehouse full of a very small amount of fireworks.
Yes, and don't ask where they come from. I just show up every day, and there's new fireworks here
Oh, interesting.
That's
in the
incredible.
exact amount. Yep.
Just looking around the place, do there appear to be any other doors or anything?
Well, the back wall is made of metal, but you can't really determine whether or not it slides open or not, or anything. Yeah, but based on where the door is, if you use a little mental mind map or the physical map of Mobius, it does point in the direction of the STEM building. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So yes, probably some sort of transfer from the STEM building.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well. Anyway, I'm going to. Well, yeah, I'm glad we have so many arms because this is going to be a fun thing.
Well,
We're supposed to go up the ladder with us? I'll
having
try.
too much work is
Don't worry,
the worst
there's a
excuse
police
in the world for not getting
Oh, I
started.
see.
There's a pulley system. Don't worry.
Good. I don't think I would be able to climb it with that.
Yeah. But anyway, so grab a crowbar.
Whoop.
Yeah. There's a lot of crowbars for some reason. There's enough for all of you to have one.
All right, I'll take one.
Get some tea real fast. I'll be right back.
All right, sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So you all grab one, and he's like, "All right." He opens up. He opens up one of the crates, and inside you can see it's a very, very brightly colored firework, but mostly blue. Man, something about this guy. He really likes to color blue. What a weird thing.
Dabba dee dabba da.
Yeah. Blue suit. Blue.
Blue suede shoes.
Blue crinkling noises in the background. Yeah. But
He's got a group of men. All of them are blue.
God damn it. He's got a house with a blue window.
Oh.
And a blue Corvette.
Yeah, well, today, blue is the color that he thought he could wear, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, so, he basically opens it up, take a look, puts the lid back on, and he's like, all right, help me take care of this thing.
All right.
Yeah, I'll help.
Yep, lift with your legs.
Yeah. I'm just gonna. My character's going about the task like with some reverence.
Rolls another stealth roll. Let me just steal a few more here.
Not yet.
Not today.
Not today.
Yeah, Maya's helping like
Plenty of time to
full-heartedly.
steal from
Full-heartedly?
everybody tomorrow.
Yeah. Anyway, so y'all start figuring out how the system works. So basically, there's like a rope thing that ties to the crate, and then one of you crawls up the ladder and
Not
starts pulling on a rope to bring up the crate. It's kind of archaic, but it seems to work.
Probably gonna end up being Shockley with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense.
But yeah, afterwards, he has everyone take it up the elevator into the arch, and then
Yeah.
So this happened several times, by the way.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, basically until
How many crates do we normally do?
Typically around 4 or 5.
Okay.
Yeah, this time it's 10. So.
Well, I'm
It'll
glad I
work.
can help loose the load a bit.
Yep, it's always good.
I assume we're
Alfred,
actually...
he flexes an arm. Feel that burn.
I know I am. Oh, these are heavy.
I feel the burn down in my special private areas.
God damn it.
God. Yeah.
I've got an itch, and it can only be scratched by more habit.
By the way, Clark, if you want to steal anything, just let me know when that happens, because yeah, I'm gonna basically skip forward when y'all have basically everything up. Yeah.
He probably wouldn't do it today because he realizes that there's an expectation
Uh-huh.
that he is going to do that thing.
Uh-huh.
So
Fair.
he is probably just gonna
Hold off on it then, I guess.
yeah.
I assume we're actually supposed to work our shifts starting the next day or something, or are we evading our work?
Yeah, next day.
All right.
You'll do. Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, your assignments. They give you basically 2 days of freebies.
That's nice of them.
So what you're saying is Alfred just couldn't wait to start playing with explosives.
Yes. Yeah. That and Yava was excited to welcome his new hand. Yeah. Anyway, so
He needed a new one. The other one got blown off.
Aww.
Oh.
That's mean. Hilarious.
No, I mean seriously though. Do you know how to spot a person who works in a fireworks factory? Count the fingers. If it's less than 10, it's a good bet.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, yeah. No.
Jesus. Yeah.
So anyway, off that kind of depressing note.
That's dark.
And, by the way, once we actually get up to the top of the arch, another paper plane is going to be thrown off of it and observed.
And why do you throw those?
Doing a little bit of research, I got an idea.
Oh, that's nice.
Everyone here's researching crap.
Well, I don't know. I guess it's just contagious.
I guess tomorrow I will be as well.
You'll be researching tomorrow?
Exactly.
Yeah. You begin packing the stuff in. It's relatively simple. You basically go up to a tube, put it in. There's basically like a set order on what you do. You peel a certain amount of paper off. Then you pack it in, and then you pull the fuse out of the other end, basically.
Yep. Go ahead.
Pretty much what it
Connect
is.
that to the ignition system.
Yeah. pretty simple. And it's just
Cracking and cracking.
Doing it over and over and over and over and over and over again about a few thousand times.
Making sure that the ignition system has absolutely no power flowing to it.
Yeah. Yava's very quick at it too. You can tell.
Yeah. I'll also assist, even though I'm not quote unquote supposed to.
Yeah.
I think Mai's gonna sit this one out.
Yeah.
22 on that, by the way.
22. Yeah. Roll me a demolitions or,
That's what I did.
No, I was also referring to Kate.
Alfred, yeah.
Okay. Technically, he actually doesn't have demolitions, but he does have mechanics.
Yeah, use an appropriate skill for it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to be super mean with this. They'll just be, yeah, you blow yourself up, and now you're missing fingers.
Doc's not gonna be happy.
That joke you just made is now very applicable to you.
God damn it, Winter. God damn it, Winter. Yeah, you all succeed with your rules. There's no doubt about that.
This is my character's expertise, so.
That's fair. That is very fair. But anyway, yes. So you do that. Yeah. How long do you want to actually work on it? Because you get the feeling this is going to take for basically the whole day.
Maya is perfectly willing to just sit there and talk the whole day.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I would probably stick around for a while. A couple hours. Make sure that, it is going to be a long day, but I also have shit to do.
Yeah. And if you're you're all fine here, you can all head out. Even you, Shotley.
Oh. You sure you don't want me to continue helping?
Yeah, it's fine. I have the rest here.
Well,
After all, this is going to be your, you have the day free. Tomorrow is when you actually start work. So.
Alfred starts laughing at himself.
well,
all right.
I guess I'll...
See you tomorrow, Yabasan.
Yeah, no worries.
I guess I can get going too if you want.
Hey, it's fine. Yeah. He holds out his hand to shake, all of y'all's.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely gonna go ahead and shake his hand.
Yeah. Maya shakes it.
Yeah. Would love to see you all. Make sure to look up when that time of night happens.
Wouldn't miss it.
Of course.
I thought I was gonna be up here with you when you did that.
You can join if you want.
Alright, count me in for sure.
Awesome. You wouldn't say awesome.
Yeah.
Whatever the colloquial for, I think it was World War II Japan.
No.
Ugh, I feel dirty saying that one.
Yeah, no, he grabs your hands and goes, "Omae wa mo shindei,"
and then just throws you off.
All of you explode. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. But anyway.
By the way, Balil.
Mm-hmm.
With any of the paper airplanes that have been thrown, have any of them done anything weird?
It depends. What directions did you throw them in?
Multiple directions, and often when there would be close to one of the speed barrier or the time barriers.
Time barriers. Oh yeah. The way that it moves doesn't seem to be effective. Although when it crosses the time barrier, you can see that there's a bit of a updraft each time.
Oh, okay. So there's a bit of an updraft each time.
As if the wind shifts a little bit in each of the zones.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And each of the zones, when you're going outside, is moving slower, correct?
No, as you move out, it moves faster. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. But with the exception of the updraft, there is no particular aerodynamic effect. It just gains altitude, essentially.
Yep, pretty much.
Okay, excellent.
Kid's plans, sir.
Oh, God.
His brain's just working. He's like, all right, Alfred's gonna do X thing now. Oh boy, this is working right into.
I mean, it could end up going terribly in the end, but all the conditions have so far yet been appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
And now he has free access to the top of the Omega Arch, which is even better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's always good. Anyway, are y'all gonna meet with Doc Thorne? I'm not sure if April
also might go shopping.
I am back. Hello. I've been back.
Oh, hi. Hello. Hi. So,
Hey.
Are y'all gonna catch up, or
Sure.
you wanna do another thing? Because basically we're left by with Baldred.
Okay. Oh wait, what's going on with Baldred?
He was just there. I'm just saying you were basically left behind, so I'm not sure if you want to do anything special with that,
Oh,
or
no, that's
just
fine.
meet
I'm
up
just,
with the rest of them.
I've just been seeing future clients and, organizing things.
Nice.
Preparing, finding out who's important, who needs to come into the clinic for a meetup.
Mm-hmm. It's ironic because with you, you're like, yeah, you don't actually have any planned job the next day because the building isn't built.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm already just going to start seeing people in one of the rooms on the third floor and start
How
start
scandalous.
let's start laying some groundwork. You know, some closed door negotiations. Nothing. Yeah, everything is completely above board. You know, just don't ask about it. Just don't ask about my business.
That's fair. Always good. God damn it.
Sounds like somebody is gonna be
Funny how?
Funny how? What am I, like a clown or something?
Yeah, like
Do
clown
I
funny?
amuse you?
The fuck you mean? But yeah, I did a big. I also just got a big old painting installed in the room. Just some nice light stuff. You know, get the place looking classy. So yeah, by the time they get back, I'm just like seeing off the lady who you mentioned before, the woman who used to work at the cell plant. Like, I expect to see you again next week. It's been a pleasure talking.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Everything been going all right?
Excellently, yes. Just meeting all sorts of people and helping them see a little bit more clearly. So much mental clutter in this city.
Oh, I'm sure.
Have you been? How have you two been?
I'm doing pretty good. Today was pretty relaxing so far, other than the stress of getting labor, but after that it was really nice.
Aside from doing the labor
Yeah.
of packing shit in tubes for like an hour or two.
Well, she didn't do that.
That's fair. That's watching 3 people pack shit into tubes
Yeah.
for 2 hours.
No, she said getting assigned the labor, not the labor.
No, I know, but like, then afterwards, what you immediately
Well, I mean,
did
that was a
watch
really
the-
nice thing. She got to watch Yaba as he bent over, slid the rocket into the tube, bent down further, connected the ignition.
He was probably a bit sweaty. Maybe he took off his shirt during it. Muscular.
Watching his hair ruffle in the breeze.
Yeah, like listening as he talked about how he works hard and likes to play hard.
Talking about, his prior occupation.
Putting on his suspenders and not
Casually
much else.
saying he's gay. No, that would have been hilarious.
Freddie Mercury mustache.
Yeah. Combined with a giant tub of molten lead, and you all know the hot stuff was coming through.
Oh, fucking Quasimodo.
It rolls out
I now know why
rolls
you
out the
cried.
sticky paper on there in order to catch a leprechaun.
Yes. But yeah, so you boys been keeping busy?
For the most part.
And he holds up his hands. Still got all 10 fingers, too.
Excellent. I hope that you continue to keep them. They're very useful.
What?
And Russell.
Come hither, jester.
She winks later. But Russell, tell me, you've been finding anything interesting down in the workplace, your new workplace?
Well, I was helping out at the
Omega.
at the Omega Arch.
Ah,
However, it does seem there's some. I've been looking around and keeping my eyes peeled.
excellent.
Interesting stuff there. I'll fill you in later.
Please do. I'll schedule you in for an appointment, and I might be able to. I've been talking around with other people. I might be able to find you pleasant working schedule in exchange for your help.
Of course, of course.
I
like to
love
help
this
my friends.
blackmailing shit. She's like,
Wasn't
I
even
have
blackmail,
so much leverage now.
It's a
town.
favor
It's
for a
great."
favor.
Yeah.
I can't even make too many ethics jokes because you're before most of the ethics regulations got put in place.
Exactly. Yeah. He says, but the mayor's birthday, we should make make sure to stop in and make ourselves seen. It's always good to ensure that we're not forgotten.
Of course.
Does he? This is out of character. Does he have like someone who makes like all the food for him, or not? Does he have a private chef, pretty much?
Him? He
Yeah.
doesn't have a private chef. There are chefs though that work in the city of Mobius.
All right. Interesting. All right. Mai has a plan.
They're basically on the tier right above laborer, pretty much.
I mean, fair, but yeah.
Yeah, because there's multiple tiers. So there's like 3 tiers of people.
Yeah.
There's a basic laborer, so people that don't have any specialty enough for anything besides cycling through basic level jobs.
Does anyone know what the mayor likes to eat? Like, do the cooks know what he gets served? Like, who brings him his food?
Well, typically the cooks are mostly in the Delta building, so they cook for it. Yeah, I mean, there's restaurant cooks.
Yeah, who delivers?
Bellhops typically.
Bellhops. All right, I'm going to need a list of those names and just to get an idea of what he likes to eat.
Okay.
Nothing sinister. I just want to make sure that if I ever happen to have him by, I'm able to provide him a meal that he enjoys.
Oh God.
A small token of appreciation for everything he does and evidence that I'm always keeping my eyes open and always making sure to keep him as happy and pleasantly preoccupied as I can.
He's seeing you.
We are friends. Friends do small favors for one another, and friends always make sure they know what their friends are up to, so that in case their friends ever happen to run into a little trouble, they're there to step in and lend a helping hand, like a good neighbor.
State Farm is there.
This video is not sponsored by State Farm.
This video is not sponsored by State Farm. Speaking of payment, go on our Patreon right now and support us if you'd like.
Yeah.
No, but anyway.
But yeah, it's that's basically all I'm doing now. I don't think there's like really much more for Dockthorn to do storyline wise. So unless something else comes up, I think she's basically just going to drift into the background and just kind of hang out with the other people while
Fair.
you wrap up Mobius.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can skip forward to the party if you want.
All right.
Sure.
Before we do that, I am going to go shopping for some stuff.
Awesome.
Actually, yeah, mine needs to go shopping as well. So. Yeah.
I believe I already went ahead and put the list in your private message.
Yep. Hold on. Let me look back on that. All right, there it is. Yep, that's fair. Oh man, I love this. I know exactly what you're trying to do.
Mine is just getting like cooking materials and shit. Nothing crazy.
That's fair. So, y'all are heading to the shopping district then?
Sure. Yeah.
Awesome. Nice. So y'all end up in the shopping district. It's basically a several set of buildings in a string.
Oh. How nice.
Yeah. Like multiple of those strings, not just one.
Yeah, I assumed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, Maya's just gonna head off towards wherever foodstuffs are located.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Hold on, a character sheet.
I'm gonna look for a place where I can buy thin metal objects.
Define the thin metal object you're trying to
Daggers.
Something that I can turn into lockpicks. They don't have to be lockpicks themselves, but
Okay. I mean, you could just purchase bobby pins and screwdrivers.
it's true.
That'll do.
Multiple screwdrivers and only one bobby pin. Here we go. Here we go.
Multiple, the other way around.
I'm sorry, we're in a bobby pin recession right about now. Got a bunch of screwdrivers though.
I'm going to buy myself the nicest clothes I can.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
that is also
There are
a good idea.
there is a clothing place.
But do they have
By
anything, or
nicest clothes, do you mean tailor-made?
I just think that that's respectable, like something that shows off a little bit of class and a little bit of and is austere. That's the important thing. Like, not pretty clothes, but austere and respectable clothes.
So what you're saying is basically a suit.
Essentially a suit, yeah.
All right. Why do I get the feeling that a lot of April's characters end up wearing a suit at some point?
Because suits are
A
awesome.
lot of April's characters are mob bosses, apparently.
Or work for a government, or end up being fancy, or
or
lesbian.
secret agents or lesbians. Yeah, it's basically like most of them end up in suits at some point.
Except for B.
Except for B. B is the suit. B doesn't need to wear fancy clothing because she demands respect all on her own.
That's
That is
fair.
fair.
Aside from her fancy ass cloak that she wears. But
Yeah.
that's not a suit.
That's more because she's old and frail and needs a little bit of warmth, but she's going to rock that fucking cape.
Needs an extremely heavy robe. Anyway,
But yeah,
yes.
yeah, she
you
gets tailored
go
up.
out and do that. Yeah. So you said you wanted to buy food.
Yes.
My.
Food
All
sense.
right. You end up finding a store where there's a man. This is kind of the first man that seems to be actually overweight.
No.
Yeah, like overweight, not like
Yeah.
and he's a bit chubby. Instead, he's like, he's actually round.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a big beard, and yeah.
Respectable. I will give him that. Anyway, so
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, my looks for mainly baking supplies. That's a lot of what your cart is filled of, and just other general stuff. Because she plans on making like small cookies for the
Yeah.
for.
I should
party.
let you know the store's name is Plato's Fresh Plates.
Then she will also get some nice plates.
I mean that as
Yeah,
in
I
it's
know.
referring to
Yeah, I
plates
know.
of food.
I assumed.
The food market.
I was just trying to. I was trying to be funny.
Yes, it's fine.
Whatever.
Yes, it's fine.
Yes. Anyway. So yeah. She will get what she needs to make the nicest foods. That are
The
filling
nicest.
yet
that are
not
filling.
fattening.
Okay, roll me an intelligence plus cooking. Or whatever.
Yeah. I need to. 6, 4, 10 plus 6 plus 6, 12. 12 plus 10, 22.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna basically. I was hoping you were gonna fail, and you were like, I wonder what's a dish.
I'll
I
take
don't know
this
what to do.
butter.
I'll make birthday
I mean,
cake out of butter.
To be fair, you are from the time period where essentially just everything was boiled.
Yes. That is actually fair.
Oh, that'd be so. Oh, she's just like, this is super filling. Like, and just. What is considered filling at the time? Oh, it's just meat. Let's just grab a bunch of meat.
Yeah, let's
We don't know what health is. Yeah.
just grab some like sausages in here.
Some
like
butter
boil
and meat.
Potatoes.
Yeah.
Potatoes. Look at that. There's some rice. Nice. Look at that. Ah, it's great.
She knows how to make herself some mean rice for sure. But anyway,
Not sure if I'm going to call that racist or not.
I'm going to call it not. because I said it. Anyway.
We'll let Yaba be the.
We'll see you. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. So you fill up your basket
Yeah.
and head to the thing. The guy is wearing like a like one of those aprons at like a food place or whatever, food market. It's like green, and he you can tell that there's a door behind him, and that there's like assorted gardening tools, it seems, on the wall. His name tag reads Clydesdale.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Clydesdale. I'm new to this city, as you can guess.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing pretty well myself, thank you very much. I didn't know. I guess you are one of the gardeners of this place, judging by the tools.
Oh yeah.
Well, good to.
I own this place.
I see. It's always a pleasure to meet the owner of establishments.
God.
She holds out her hand, like, kind of awkwardly at this point.
Hello. He grabs it harshly, like wearing a gardener's glove. Hello there. And he shakes it, like, harder than you'd expect.
Yeah, she, like, jolts a bit from, like, the shock of it all.
Well, I see you brought a bunch of these things. Are you planning on not attending the party tonight?
I plan on attending and then heading out up to see the fireworks firsthand.
That's nice. That's really good. Yeah. I have known Yaba for at least 2 years, I think.
Ah, I see.
I think.
Time is a mystery, and
yeah, hard to read. I've been trying
Time
to keep
flows
my
strangely
own
in this
calendar.
place.
Yeah. I've been trying to keep my own little calendar, and I keep forgetting days. So.
yeah, I'm sure that makes gardening a little bit of an issue.
Yep. Well, gardening isn't actually that much of a problem, especially since it's a hydroponics part.
No,
Which,
a lot of that flows over my head.
depends on.
Yeah.
Well, makes sense. Hydroponics is a way to make indoor farming accessories.
Oh,
See, I used to be kind of a little adventurer myself.
that's fascinating. I've always wanted to.
Exploring the world, being a farmer. He interrupts you, like,
Yeah.
you can tell he's getting lost in his own.
Yeah, she lets him ramble
Covering
on.
all sorts of farming plants. See, I went off into the deep jungles of Asia and India, picking up spices. But now that all that's gone, I basically farm anything that's found in the store,
I see.
except for the meat.
Yeah, I kind of guessed. Yeah, I've always wished to be an adventurer of some sort, though I've always been locked in my old occupation.
Yeah, I get you, pretty lady. I understand that. Oh yeah, what is your occupation?
Well, I'm now or before.
Yeah, before, obviously. I mean, after all, based on what you said with being a newcomer, that meeting this morning must have been for y'all.
I guess, yes, I guess that's fair, yes. I used to be a bartender at a, let's call it a bar to be nice. It's a dingy bar. An illegal bar.
Dingy bar. Oh, that. Yeah, what's your name, by the way?
My name is Mai Takahari. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Well, you're one of them Asians.
Yes, I am.
Well, name's Fred Banks. Fred Banks Clydesdale. Though you can probably tell by my name tag what my last name was.
Yes.
Anyway, I probably shouldn't keep you waiting too much. But he starts bringing up the stuff. Using some odd scanners that you've never seen before.
Yeah, she stares at it like in wonderment.
Yeah, you just hear beep, beep, beep for like all of the things.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
What's your interest? Any good movies or shows, or I guess from whatever time period you're from? Just watching me scan in some food is perplexing to you.
I am apparently pretty behind in the technological scale.
After all, everyone's from the 90s around here.
Well, I'm from the 1920s, so I'm from even behind that.
Ugh. Oh boy, you're gonna have a lot to learn.
Oh, don't we
even,
all?
even someone who's from the 70s, I can't think of anyone at the moment. Even then, they have a hard time catching up. But I'm sure he'll get the hang of it.
Yeah.
Hey, what did you get assigned, by the way? I wasn't at the meeting. I was here tending to my plants.
Yeah. I'm just labor.
Oh, labor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Always ability to build off of that, and move up to the tier 2 occupation.
That would be nice, for sure.
Unless your name is Baldred. In which case, you become a laughingstock.
Holy shit.
What a poor soul he is.
Yeah. Though recently, he hasn't made any new attempts, so
Yeah,
something must have happened.
Yeah, I would blame Doc Thorne for that, though blame is a harsh word for such a good thing.
Yeah. And I decided that I'll probably attend your new clinic when that's built.
I mean,
Don't know when that'll be.
Whenever it's built, I'm definitely going once, because don't we all have issues that could be discussed?
Oh boy, yeah I do.
Well, it was a pleasure to meet you. I'll see you again sometime. I'm sure.
No problem. He has like one of those fisherman's hats sort of thing.
Yeah.
And he like takes it off to tip it off to you. All right, have a good day. Oh, have a good day. That'll be 2 credits.
Oh yes, here.
Thank you. All right, have a good day, pretty miss.
Same to you.
Yeah. You exit, and now let's go to quickly to Doc Thorne. I was just introducing one of the GMPC characters. I'm sorry.
That's quite all right.
But Doc Thorne goes to one of the store places with clothing in it.
Yeah.
One of the very few.
Yeah.
Most of them seem to be in a similar style that all of the rest of the clothes in Mobius has. Just a little nicer, obviously, because it's not like the standard civilian clothes of like very generic stuff. It's this is a little nicer things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She orders a black suit cut to her and makes small talk with the business owner.
Yeah. Man, you look really good in this.
Thank you very much. It's a new look for me, but I feel like the city is bringing the best out of people.
Mm-hmm.
I want to look my very best for those good
what
people.
What color of suit? It was black, right?
Black is fine.
All right. Well, now they got your measurements. It'll just take a little bit of time. You're lucky. You're lucky. You're so close in form to a lot of other people here. It's really easy to get the measurements.
Indeed, people around here do seem to, be cut to a certain mold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tell me something, dear. How long have you been here?
Well, I'm actually fairly new. Probably a few months, actually.
I see. Well, I would recommend that you stop by a new little clinic I'm opening up before too long. It's a mental wellness facility, though honestly, it's a good opportunity to meet some people, to get a little exposure, and to make some friends.
Hey,
It's important in a town like this to have friends.
Yeah, sure. I'll head over.
Wonderful, dear. I
Yeah,
look forward to having you by.
Yeah, I mean, I saw you at the thing this morning.
Indeed. It was so nice to finally have the opportunity to meet the mayor. He's done so very much for this town.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, he's a little bit scary, but...
He is. But, well, I mean, it's not like there's much any of us can do about that, is there?
That's fair.
Though, I suppose if someone were to end up in a position to take a little bit of the stress off of his shoulders, I'm sure it wouldn't hurt anyone to, it would help his image, make him seem a little less intimidating. After all, he is just one of us, isn't he?
Yeah, I guess. Well, anyway, miss, that'll be 3 credits.
Of course. She slides the requisite currency across the table.
Yeah.
I do look forward to spending more time with you, dear.
Yeah, well, I'll be at the party tonight, so...
Excellent.
See you at the Clifford place if you're,
Oh, I
going
wouldn't
there.
miss this for the world.
Alright. Well, goodbye. Have a good one.
Goodbye.
Yeah, you also exit.
Yeah.
Kit, you're able to pick up all the things that you wanted, and Bobby
Is
is
there
able.
any
Hmm?
is there any way to like rent a little bit of a workspace?
Well, after talking for a bit, you the store owner of the place that you did, which is basically like a home improvement sort of place, like just a crafting whatever. They basically allow you to use their workplace if you wanted to.
I will thank them quite profusely, and if they are interested in my project, I will happily explain after asking them to keep mum on it.
It's great. Yeah. Anyway, and then Bobby.
Yes.
Bobby, you weren't able to pick up the supplies that you wanted. Not like thin shards of metal. That's not possible. But you're able to pick up like a screwdriver and an assload of bobby pins.
Nice.
Yeah. You have basically a giant plastic bag filled with bobby pins now. Or should I say booby pins?
Damn it, you stole the joke right out from under me.
But anyway, after y'all get your things, you I imagine you all meet up together again.
Mm-hmm.
You're so tightly knit, all of you. Dang.
Is the doc wearing her new clothes?
Yes.
Yes.
Mai has all of her
Yeah,
things in a
Alfred
bag.
just stops, looks her up and down, and goes, "That is not a look that I knew that I liked."
I'm glad you enjoy it. You'll
Of
hopefully be
course.
seeing a lot more of it. But for now, how did your shopping trip go?
Very successfully.
Excellent.
I should note that he's actually carrying nothing.
Yeah. She looks kind of slightly confused, but it's like, I look forward to seeing exactly what it is you're planning.
This place has
He just
a lot.
twiddles his thumbs together.
This place has a lot of stuff in it. I was kind of surprised by the sheer amount of options.
Thanks, GM.
Thanks.
Oh
Jim.
man, I'm so glad there is such an open-ended world that we can explore.
I'm trying to be nice.
G&M
No, it's fine.
supply store.
Thanks for all the creative, colorful characters that insult Baldred at every moment.
Or Baldred.
Or Baldred.
Or sawed
He
off
just-
Baldred.
He just wanted to see his little sister again. Oh. But anyway, Oh.
Well, at any rate, yeah, is there anything else anyone wants to do?
Not before the thing. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna start leaving more notes in my book about.
Oh, yeah. How long would it take to head out and take a look at the temple?
Well, there's not too much time before the
Okay.
the party gets thrown. Yeah. We'll do that, and the next time we
No.
return to Mo.
No.
No.
That's it. No, we need to move on to the other games at some point.
No. Not Jeffrey.
Yeah, it's fine.
We've
Damn
already been
it!
doing
You've
this
seen
for
through
2
my
hours.
plans to extend this game forever.
This game never ends.
Ain't that a dream? Oh.
This was supposed to be a one-shot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
aren't you
three-
so glad that it turned into something more than that?
It's lovely. It's lovely. Don't get me wrong, but like I've been looking. We have been playing on Major 3 and D6 for quite a while now.
Anyway, so I imagine you all head towards the Clifford building that everyone's been referencing. There's a party there.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm. The Clifford's Entertainment Sphere, the extremely large sphere in the dead center of town. So this is, the slowest time moves.
Yeah. Maya is
which
trying
is
to
the
keep
normal.
track of the time so she can head out.
Don't worry, there's 5
bedtime.
clocks. It's fine.
All showing different times, but they're there.
Yeah.
She'll try to figure that out.
I should note, by the way, that if there was a watch that had all the different time zones represented on it, Alfred would buy one of those.
Oh, that's fair. Well,
There's
I'm
only
gonna say-
one time zone here.
Screwy.
Well, the way that they set it up is that days are set after a certain number of hours rather than it being a thing. But yeah. Anyway, you enter the Clifford's thing. There's already loads of people in there. Music's going. This seems to be a pretty nice place. It's really interesting. I mean, on the left you have a massive, like, basically almost club area that seems to be it looks like it was made out of a store, so they like moved a bunch of the things out of the way so that it could be like an actual party area. And then on the right there's just an ever curving void, but nothing too different.
I'm going to avoid that like the plague.
And by void, I mean there's what it seems to be is rows after rows of seats with screens in front of them that seem to curve off into the distance. You don't know where it ends.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess into
That's
the party
odd.
proper.
Mm-hmm.
Woohoo. Party.
Right. Yeah. It's, observing people, rubbing elbows.
Mm-hmm. You do recognize a few, so obviously Danielle's there and.
Yeah, just going around and again, like making appointments, rubbing shoulders, getting to know people, and establishing contacts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Maya's there for a while, happily celebrating, but then leaves before fireworks because she wants to be up there at the time.
That's fair. Yeah. It approaches the time. There's a countdown. Maya is sitting there. I don't know if any of the rest of you decided to go with her up there or not.
Why all the real action is going on down here?
Fair. Yeah. The countdown, and then you hear fireworks. And then after a few more hours, things turn down, and then the place clears out. And if you want to return to your hotel rooms, that's fine. Or room, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done everything I need to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mai has nothing more. If Yaba doesn't have anything.
Yeah. We close with all of our people, with everyone, going to sleep in the rooms.
All right.
And then ninjas attack.
Oh
Yes,
no.
and then a nuclear bomb goes off, and you all realize this is all just on one of the rings in Halo. Dun dun
then
dun.
the
The flood
like,
comes and kills everyone.
little boy wakes up and looks around and is like, oh my god, I just had the weirdest dream.
Whoa! No, Saul wakes up on the airplane.
Oh my god,
At the start of Major 1.
Oh boy, looks like we're gonna have a crazy adventure now.
Whoa!
Okay, so before we wrap this then, the Frog, what exactly was it you were planning?
So what was going to happen is he was building a hang glider. Because he remembered that Doc had gone ahead and asked him what flight was like.
Oh, that's cute. Okay,
That's cute.
That's super cute.
That's very cute.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It also would be an interesting way to escape this city. But, yeah.
Oh, you're not escaping. You're going to help me rule this place.
Oh, my character has no interest in escaping. My character intends to help Baldred escape.
Oh no, Baldred's sticking around too. I still need him.
Jesus
He's going to have
Christ.
a very useful new role in the city.
Are you saying there might be a sequel campaign where there's an entire upheaval of power in the Mobius?
Boom, boom,
Whoa!
boom.
See us next time in the City of Mobius.
No, so her plan isn't actually to. Okay, so Dog's plan isn't actually to overthrow the mayor at all. Her entire plan is basically to create enough of a groundswell to essentially peacefully dethrone him by putting him in a position where he essentially controls some things, obviously, but where he no longer has populist support and is no longer able to basically run things the way however he wants to, and has to go through her to basically get anything done involving the actual population of the city.
Yeah, that's fair.
And she's going to use dispossessed and upset people like Baldrich and her friends and the people, like the lady with resting bitch face, to essentially help manage things on the ground level and give them useful occupations as public servants. Keeping the civics. Of the machinery of society running smoothly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but anyway, so thank you all for joining us for City Mobius. The next thing
Join
you'll
us,
probably end up seeing is
hopefully next time for Ragamuffin's conclusion as well, or the conclusion of Arc 1. And then we'll be taking a break from Ragamuffins to finally get around to Major 3 and a very special Star Wars themed, campaign that has been over 10 years in the making.
Good lord, has it really been that long?
It's about that long, yeah.
Are you saying that this is going to be the sequel trilogy to your?
Oh God.
Anyway,
with an even bigger Death Star. All right. Anyway, see you guys next time.
Goodbye.
Do.